The question of the day.
Yes, we have a question today.
We have a question. Ha!
Do you want to hear the question?
Yes, I want to hear the question.
I will read it for you.
Yeah.
How to earn more as a tester.
How to earn more as a tester.
Yes, you heard it
Wow.
right.
And then the intro.
Then the intro.
Yeah. Welcome to the TestguruTV, where every week we address the hottest topics of testing by answering your questions about testing and quality assurance for the sake of making a better world in terms of mental health, because everybody is so much more happy when software works. The dude sitting next to me, his name is Jani Haikala. He is the ultimate champion of testing.
Hello, and here next to me is Antti Niittyviita, a tireless testing advocate, a trainer, a public speaker, and an author.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
So the question today, like how to earn more as a tester.
Yeah, boy.
Probably working in software testing, I would assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there's always the answer that you can do two jobs. So get a job from somewhere else doing something else.
We are in a really big hurry.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
You
True.
can earn more by doing more work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Continue as a tester and do something else
Yeah.
that will earn you the money.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but I believe that there is lots of room for improvement around the world in ability to earn more as a tester.
Uh-huh.
To earn
Yeah.
more in anything, I would say.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about the question?
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I think there's quite persistent idea existing that testing isn't really a high-paying job.
Yeah, that's true.
People quite often, at least in my experience, people arrive to the office, do what they're expected to do, and that's it.
Work on the assembly line of
Yeah,
software
yeah. You
industry.
get back home and
Check out of work.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
go back home.
yeah.
Go back to life.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's true.
So it is an interesting question if there is a way to increase your earnings significantly.
Yeah,
even.
Make more money.
Mm-hmm.
How awesome is that? Your ability to make more money, that would be awesome. To achieve.
Yeah.
Well, I think the first distinction here that we really everybody needs to take into heart is the reality. Reality of the world. And reality is that you and I, everybody here, we are all equal, as human beings, as souls, but we are not equal in the marketplace, Yeah. And the market chooses what is valuable, not specifically you. So even though we are equal as souls, we are not equal on the marketplace. So that's the first distinction, and the question then is, if the marketplace chooses what's valuable, have you figured out what are the next things that would be valuable from the point of view, for example, your boss, your organization, or the marketplace in general in the software industry? So first, really figuring out what is most valuable on the marketplace.
Yeah.
So that would be the first step, really build your roadmap into earning more as a tester.
Yeah, that's already an interesting idea. I really like that.
Yeah.
Maybe if I sort of throw out a few, I don't know, obvious ones.
Yeah.
And
I love the obvious ones.
Yeah, but then I think you might have something to add to those. So,
So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you have there?
So, well, first of all, like I said, people quite often just arrive to the office, do what is expected, and just get out. So, of course, that interest to what you're doing, enthusiasm, willingness to actually, in the last episode we talked about how to develop myself as a tester. A lot of those concepts apply, and just increasing your skills and increasing your value in that way. And in my experience, it's not that difficult to sort of stand out from the crowd.
Yeah.
Don't really have to do much to get there. But then there's obviously there's the personal branding type of stuff.
Yeah.
Where there's questions. What's your field of expertise? What are you good at? And maybe you want to narrow it down so that you can actually be really good at really something specific.
Yeah.
And once you get there, it's obviously a way to
So like, are you a jack of all trades, or and a master of none, or are you a master of like few disciplines? And really like that deep into the mastery that when someone is talking about that like discipline, they're thinking about you. So
well, it could be like security testing. I think it's quite obvious.
Yeah.
You know,
and
if you're
white hat hacker, well, Benjamin Särkkä from Finland. That's who I think like first. And you know,
and exactly. Then you have some field of expertise where you can sort of earn more by being one of the top experts in that area. The jack of all trades, I think, is more like a manager, lead type of.
It could be.
Yeah.
You can grow on that area too.
Yeah, you can, and that's the other way to move towards too.
Yeah.
So you get more administrative sort of tasks,
and like get work done, get more results through other people. So leveraging others, leveraging like tools and other people. Exactly.
Exactly. So the expertise area, or the managerial path, and the third one is, I guess, scalability.
Yeah.
What's out there that you can actually scale? Perhaps some people have started companies of their own.
That's true.
Yeah. But you could be a speaker, you could be a coach, you could do trainings, you could be an entrepreneur yourself.
Yeah.
So those areas are the third obvious one.
Yeah. And for example, take the risk of managing like this contract with you as an employee from your employer to managing a contract with your business, like you're a freelancer. So the risk is on your side, and then you can like invoice a premium.
Right.
So that's like an easy way, I would say. Like just become a freelancer, start your own like LTD or whatever it is in your country, and just like make a contract from business to business instead of a business to person.
That's actually good addition to.
Exactly.
Because then once you are actually taking it's really safe to go to just a job. But once you have taken that risk for yourself, it's obviously a place to sort of invoice a bit more.
So I think like zooming a little bit out here, just like I love to make this like thought experiment in a sense, by asking myself sometimes that is it possible for someone who does pretty much the same job than you, putting in the same hours, is it possible for someone to earn twice as much from the same work and the same hours? So is it possible?
Probably it is.
Yes, exactly. So is it possible for someone to earn 4x the salary?
I think
possibly,
so.
Exactly. Is it possible for someone to earn 10x? So here we are, like approaching some kind of like this threshold. So it could be possible that someone in the world is earning 10x to you from the similar kind of job and putting in the same hours. And what's the differentiating factor there from you to the 10x earning person? And that's the thing to start figuring out. What makes it so different than it is valued 10x on the marketplace? And you already you shared a few of your ideas, like really going super deep. For example, I know this radiologist doctor who's specialized only in looking at X-ray and CT. Is it the CT? MRI scans from the lungs and breasts, and finding tumors. And he's like the number one person in our country. And I hear he makes something like 7 figures, just like freelancer, So specializing super deep and comparing that salary to someone who's just like a doctor at our what do you call it, like in this general hospital? So, so there's a difference, like in the specialization and being the generalist. So that way, it is possible for someone to earn 10x, and just like building that belief that it is possible is the first step. And then the second step is, so what would I need to do to become someone like them? So start to model them. So that's what I would say, like finding a mentor or whatever it is.
Right. Yeah.
Yet again, and that's something like really interesting, like thought experiment to do. So is it possible for someone to earn 2x, 5x, 10x to your income level?
Yeah, and that's sort of that is really interesting. That I didn't really think of, but just to think it in terms of how much can other people make
Yeah.
similar type of stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
That sort of also forces you to think about, well, how have they gotten there?
Yeah. That's true.
Would be easy to say, well, they were just lucky, but
Yeah.
maybe there's more to it than what.
Maybe
what
there's
yeah,
more,
yeah.
yeah.
What
So
is
what's
it?
their
Yeah.
career path?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
did they start like 20 years ago?
Right.
And
yeah.
what have they been doing differently to you?
Mhm.
Obviously, people like are trying to seek like the fast hacks and tips and tricks, but usually the biggest progress comes by compounding. You know, like making those small few millimeter shifts in what you do and how you view the world, and just compound them year over year.
Right.
And that's like a huge difference. It's like saving in the stock market. You know, those who started saving early are way ahead of you.
Yeah,
In terms
yeah.
of their net worth than you
Yeah.
starting here at 40. So total difference there.
Yeah.
But yeah. And thinking about the 2x to 10x like thought experiment. Of course, the 10x people are like valued there because the value that they bring to the marketplace, the value that they bring to their employers and clients is probably more than 10x. So if you expect to have a 2x raise, you need to bring 4x to 5x to 10x value to your employer. So you have to increase the value that you bring more than you expect to have in return. That's one of the like philosophies, like really critical to understand. And one of the things, for example, just like to give you an idea, we have one employee here at Proof who is always, when he goes to a new project, he makes such a good friends with not only the client he serves, but their clients. They're the 5 best and biggest clients that my client has. Yeah. And he's such good friends with them that there is an outrage if he were to say that I'm going on a vacation of not 1 but 2 months. So there's an outrage. What do we have to pay you to stay here for the month of June as well? Yeah. And that's how the discussion goes. So it's not only the technical value that you bring to the table, but also the social currency and everything in your how you
and that's also, it comes down to understanding business in general, which I find that often people really don't think about it too much, or don't really understand. Yeah. Why am I actually getting paid? Yeah. What's my value? How businesses work, and so on. So that's something that and everyone should understand.
And of course there is a difference in geographical location. So if you are located in for example some Asian countries, the probably income level is very low compared to if you relocate to United States and make your professional reputation there. But although also the expenses are growing faster there. So there's a difference to the location. So a willingness to relocate is something like some kind of in a sense it might be a sacrifice in a little bit. It's like to relocate somewhere where it pays more. For example, we in Finland, if we want more, the easiest way is to relocate ourselves to Norway, because like the salaries there are incredibly bigger. So it's like double to triple if you choose your employer correctly. So relocation is one option too.
So are the expenses actually?
But expenses will relocate too. That's true.
But that is true. You can affect it in that way also.
But it all boils down to our ability to talk about money, I would say. In a sense that I'm actually really curious that we haven't received this question ever before. How to make more as a tester, and we've been doing the Finnish show of questions and answers about 4 years. Yeah, we have. And this is the 5th year. Yeah, 5 years of doing the show without nobody asking about the money question.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
And I would say that tells me a lot about how people think about money. It's not a topic they want to address or think about, except when they're at home and they feel that they don't have enough. Yeah. And I think the important thing is to figure out with your bosses, clients, and colleagues, where does the money come from and why. And follow the money trail. You know. Yeah. And when you figure out where the money comes from and why, then you have the opportunity to see if there is something that you could do to improve. Yeah. for example, managing 5 of your most paying clients, just like I'm the account manager as well as a tester. So if you're that kind of a person, that will make a world of difference, because if you bring in 1 million to the company a year, then you probably have base for asking for a raise.
Yeah.
So
that would be justifiable. Yeah.
So there's the difference. So following the money trail and like really learning to think about money that way. Where does the money come from and why? And really put all of like, maybe not all, but a lot of like the self like development and professional development plans on how could I bring more value into the money chain. And that's what I would say is a surefire way to eventually start like finding the opportunities to earn more as a tester.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And there is like 3 things that I want to mention. There are 3 factors to me that to me you already probably mentioned them. 3 factors that contribute to like value as a professional. One, of course, is the skill in doing like just a job as a tester. Skill. Second one is style. Style that everybody likes you, they want to keep you there, and your clients love you, and they shout out that you're the best and everything, your style. And then there's the status, having that personal brand, so that you are a credible like authority in the domain, and that's why you're more valued. You are doing the workshops, and you're doing talks, and you're like doing PR relations for the company and whatever it is. So skill, style, and status, work on all of those, and magic will happen.
Oh, that's a good summary.
Yeah.
That's a really good summary. I don't want to say anything.
I feel satisfied that we've answered the question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we answered the question? If you feel like you want to bring in something more or more questions about the question, don't hesitate to use the comments field. Of course, hammer the like buttons, whatever it is on your platform, and subscribe to the channel. And please share the video with someone who may benefit from it, because like this way we get more visibility for testing, and everybody's just happier when software works. This is mental health.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining.
See you in the next episode. Bye.